Have you ever looked in the mirror and found yourself wondering, who is that? Time passes, leaving behind more than just wrinkles or streaks of gray in your hair. It brings subtle yet profound changes both physically and emotionally. Your body is no longer as agile, unexpected aches and pains appear out of nowhere, and sometimes, even climbing a single flight of stairs makes you sigh in exhaustion. But the scariest part isn't the aging of the body, it's the disconnect between your youthful mind, still eager to conquer the world, and a body that can no longer keep up. One day, you realize that the friends who once stood by your side are no longer there, the dreams of your youth have slowly faded, and the haunting question, what if, echoes in your mind. Yet aging isn't just about loss. It's about growth, wisdom, and the joy of finally understanding what truly matters. Join us on a journey to uncover the reality of aging, harsh yet deeply meaningful, when your body is no longer your own. Do you remember the days when a good night's sleep could erase all exhaustion? When you could stay up late, eat whatever you wanted, and wake up the next morning feeling perfectly fine. And then, one day you realize, your body is no longer the same. Everything has changed. Now, just one sleepless night is enough to leave you drained for an entire day. A spicy meal or a late-night coffee can keep you tossing and turning till dawn. Aches and pains appear out of nowhere without any clear reason. You no longer start the day with energy but with a few careful stretches to ease your stiff back and sore knees. And then, you hear unfamiliar sounds, a faint crack when you bend down, a clicking noise as you stand up. You brush it off with a chuckle, but deep inside there's a hint of unease. Then comes the breathlessness after just a few flights of stairs, the racing heartbeat from carrying a slightly heavier grocery bag. You tell yourself, I used to be stronger than this. But the truth is your body is sending you a message, slow down. You can't push me like you used to. And that is the biggest shock of all, realizing you're not as young as you once were. Not just in the mirror but in every movement, every unexpected ache. It's the moment you truly understand that time waits for no one, and no matter how much you cherish your body, it will change in its own way. When your mind is still young but your body has aged. You still have unfinished dreams, ambitions yet to be realized. In your mind, you are still the same person you once were, full of passion, ready to dive into endless adventures. You still want to stay up late doing what you love, grab your backpack and set off on a journey or run as fast as you did in your youth. But then your body whispers, slow down. You realize that you can no longer jump out of bed like before. Instead, you need a few moments for your joints to adjust. Late-night parties are no longer thrilling but exhausting because the next day, you'll feel drained. You want to run, to dance, but your legs no longer move with the same ease. That shortness of breath after just a short walk makes you wonder, when did I become this weak? And the hardest part? The helplessness. Your mind is still young, still eager to do so much, but your body no longer allows it. You want to play soccer with your kids, race with your grandkids, but within minutes you're out of breath. You hate this feeling, the frustration of being trapped between a soul bursting with energy and a body that's slowing down with time. But then you realize, maybe instead of fighting against time, you need to learn to move with it. Maybe it's time to slow down, to savor each moment, and to appreciate what you still have, because even if your body has changed, your spirit still shines as brightly as ever. The silent losses of aging. One day you suddenly realize that you have lost more than you ever imagined. Not just youth, health, or a youthful appearance, but the little things you never thought you would lose. You open your phone's contact list and notice names you haven't called in ages. People who once played an important role in your life have slowly become strangers. Some friends moved away, some became busy with their own families, and some are gone forever. The world keeps changing, but certain empty spaces remain, impossible to fill. The dreams that once burned brightly in your heart have also faded. In your youth, you wanted to travel far, conquer the world, or chase a passion. But life swept you along with responsibilities, safe choices, and one day you ask yourself, what did I used to dream of? The answer feels strangely distant. Then the worries of aging and life's fragility start creeping in. One day you hear that someone your age has fallen seriously ill or passed away, and it startles you. It feels like a wake-up call in your mind, my time isn't infinite either. But perhaps these losses are not just painful reminders of time slipping away, they are lessons, urging us to cherish what we have now. Because one day the moments we take for granted today may become the things we miss the most. Regrets that can't be rewritten. When we're young, we believe time is endless. We chase careers, pursue distant goals, and tell ourselves that one day, everything will fall into place. But then old age arrives, bringing with it difficult questions. Did I make the right choices? What if I had been braver back then? Looking back, you see crossroads where, if given another chance, you might have taken a different path. Maybe it was an opportunity you let slip away out of fear, a dream you set aside for responsibilities, or words of love you never gathered the courage to say. These regrets don't scream, don't erupt like dramatic movie scenes. They settle quietly into sleepless nights, into moments when you watch others live the life you once dreamed of. You see the younger generation fearlessly chasing their passions, daring to try, to fail, to live fully, and you wonder, did I ever live like that? A hint of envy, a quiet sigh of what if. If only you had believed in yourself more. If only you had worried less about what others thought. Maybe, just maybe, life would have been different. But then you realize something. Regrets can't rewrite the past, but they can shape the way you live now. Because while you can't turn back time, you can choose to make today count, to ensure that the years ahead are no longer filled with what ifs and I wish I hads. The invisible pressure called age. No one teaches you how to deal with the pressure that comes with aging. Since youth, we've been conditioned to believe in certain milestones. By this age, you should own a house, have a stable career, a happy family, or at least a well-established life. But when those milestones arrive, you realize, not everyone crosses the finish line the way society expects. There are days you sit in silence wondering, where did I go wrong? Why do my peers seem so settled while I'm still figuring things out? It's not just disappointment, it's fear. Fear that time is running out, fear that you'll never quite catch up. The invisible weight of expectations makes every passing day feel like a race you're falling behind in, leaving you exhausted. And then, social media makes it worse. Scrolling through your feed, you see people your age, or even younger, celebrating achievements, traveling the world, living their best lives. Meanwhile, you sit there with a list of unfinished goals, trying to convince yourself it doesn't bother you. But deep down you can't shake the feeling that somehow you're losing. Then one day it hits you, no one really has it all figured out. Everyone is struggling in their own way. Life isn't a race and age is not a scoreboard. You have the right to move at your own pace, to take a different path as long as you keep going. The friends who are no longer here. Do you remember the last time you saw your best friend? Maybe it was a quick coffee meetup, a short birthday text, or worse, maybe you can't even recall. When we were young, friendship was effortless. A single message could bring everyone together, an afternoon could turn into endless adventures. But as time passed, life pulled everyone in different directions. One got busy with family, another moved away, another got lost in work. Conversations grew sparse, meetups became rare, and one day you realize your circle of friends has quietly shrunk. The older we get, the harder it is to make new friends. Gone are the school hallways where friendships bloomed over casual chats. Gone are the carefree days spent exploring life without worry. As adults, friendships require effort. And some days you just crave a call from someone who truly understands you, someone you don't have to explain yourself to. But not everyone is still there. Then there are those who don't just drift away but leave forever. One day you hear the news, someone you once laughed with, confided in, has passed. And you're hit with the painful realization that you never got to check in one last time, never got to say thank you, or even just, I miss you. Aging doesn't just bring wrinkles, it leaves empty spaces in your heart. Those who were once a part of your life now exist only in memories. And in that moment you understand, friendship, like life, is fleeting. If you don't cherish it while you can, all that remains are the words used to be. Advice for living fully as you age. Aging brings inevitable changes, physically, emotionally, and in your relationships. But instead of worrying or dwelling on regrets, learn to adapt and embrace life in the most meaningful way. First, take care of your body. Don't ignore minor aches or assume you no longer need exercise. A little movement each day can help you feel stronger, reduce fatigue, and keep your mind sharp. Second, don't let past regrets weigh down your present. You can't change the past, but you can decide how to live from this moment forward. If there's something you've always wanted to do, start now, no matter how small. More importantly, stay connected with those you love. Friends may drift apart over time, but a simple call, message, or meetup can bridge the distance. Don't hesitate to reach out, to express love and appreciation while you still can. Finally, learn to accept and love yourself. Age is not a limitation. It's an opportunity to live more deeply and meaningfully. Thank you for watching the whole video. If you don't like this content, please comment 0. If you find the video useful, please comment 1. Subscribe to the channel and remember to turn on the notification bell to see other useful health content. See you in the next video.